Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
But I know with him being a legend worldwide, a lot of people were concerned for him. They wasn't sure of what they heard. So I'm here to confirm, as his oldest child, that he has gained his wings. My dad was 51 years old when this happened to him. He's born June 6, 1974. And, you know, that's so we have the official date, because I saw his name was, I saw his age was printed out wrong. So, the big question, what happened? So my dad didn't have no real health issues. These are just chapters in life. And I hope after this video, the people that have went through the same thing or going through grieving moments find peace in this video here. So my dad, like most as you get in age, had high blood pressure. You know, he'd take his medicines and, you know, do what he do as a celebrity. So not much. After his huge celebration of the VERZUZ, went to an after party, and that's where, you know, everything kind of spiked. I did want to clear up and let people know, because people was thinking it was, that it was deeper than that, but nah, it was more of a natural thing that, you know, caused this to happen to him. Once he collapsed, he did pass from the aneurysm, the bleed to the brain. We don't know, at least right now, and when they called me and gave me all the news, I don't know much about aneurysms, so I'm not sure if there's something that he been had or how that works. But after this, I will be doing some research just so I could get a better understanding on aneurysms. But all I know is after the collapse, that's when we heard about it. Like I say, my dad was never in and out of the hospital, so, and that's the unfortunate thing about sickness a lot of times, especially men-wise. We don't really go to the hospital much. Something got to be going on wrong with us in order for us to go to the hospital, and that's not saying that, but, you know, as a man, y'all know what I mean. I'm trying to just stay direct with this video, but my mind is still racing. I do want to thank God for the strength to be able to sit here and have this conversation, because I couldn't barely even talk a couple days ago and throughout this week, just kind of been in the bed thinking, because with all the preparations my dad gave me, this is something that you can't prepare for. You know, I still don't know how to take this. It's still so unreal. You know, love that guy. Everything that's me is him.
Wow. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Young Bleed has passed away. Ty G, his son, just giving a heartfelt speech on just losing his father. And it wasn't easy. It was actually a tough deal for him. He called me beforehand. We spoke. Text with his mother, with Young Bleed's mother as well today. And this year has been a tough day for Young Bleed's family. And just want you guys to keep them in your prayers. OG, you there?
Right here, man. Yeah, that's a tough call for, you know, a kid to have to put emphasis on losing his father like that untimely. I mean, it was not something that he would even expect, that his dad goes to a concert and shows out and is in the prime of his life and pass away like this.
Yeah, and you know, the thing that people don't, you know, you don't know when your time coming. You just know you better get ready. You know, it's coming, and for all of us. But you know, this young man, you know, it was tough on him. When I spoke to him, he was just, you know, he was just telling me how, you know, the news hit him, and he couldn't really, he had a child on the way at the time, and he was going through that. The one thing about it, the night that happened, I'd say the next night, he named his son after his dad, gave him a portion of his name, and I told him to just be strong, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's what he would want. And that's what I would want for my kids, to just be strong and to keep pushing, because that's why you're here, to carry the name on, to carry the legacy on. And he felt me on that. But, you know, OG, me and you, really, we was with him, you know, hours before that happened. We was there with him outside, and the one thing, he didn't experience any pain that we could see. Just carried on a normal conversation, took pictures. I got a lot of those pictures and a lot of those visuals with him, moments leading up to an aneurysm that he didn't even realize he was about to experience, right? We see him on the stage, how you do that there. He handed me his jacket. He gives a hell of a performance, man. And you know, this here, we didn't know that this was the last time that he would be performing. We didn't know that this was the last time that this whole situation, you know, we didn't know this was going to occur. You know, me and you, we've talked about this over and over again. There's a few things, you know, that you try to figure out, but you can't make no sense of, you know what I mean? When we talked to him last, when we interviewed with him, boy, he was in good spirits, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Man, he had some aspirations. We were talking to one of our other buddies with Boston Rob about him going on tour and doing some merch, and he was pumped up about it. And when we were after the show, I was supposed to meet them at Drea's, and never made it.
Never made it. That interview, like I said, is gonna definitely come out far as with us, you know, all of us being together. As I play a little bit of it just so they can see. This was a portion of where me and you spoke to him before the verses. That's something about music, a big song. How important is a big song for your career?
Hey man, I'm still defining that, cause it's a feeling you get, it's a vibe, right? So I knew this, I've been doing music since a child, born that way. But I knew one day it'll have it's like this, it's like it's a Mike Tyson fight for me. It's like the moment you done waited for all your life, but you don't know how it's gonna come, when it's come, do this, that, and the third. So that's how that record always been. I knew it was gonna be something great, the vibe and the spirituality and the feeling I got. But then we talking 30 years later, man. And it's one verse. See, the original record, the world still got yet to hear. And not separating anything, but when we was in the back room making it, we didn't know CeeLo was finna get it to Master P. Master P was finna take it to priority record. He was finna go from priority record to gold in 3 weeks, #1 on Billboard, Hip Hop R&B, #10 on the pop chart. I'm 22, 23 years old, man.
Wow.
You can't imagine.
Wow.
I'm 51 years old now.
Still good. They sing it word for word, don't they?
Man, I gotta get up and go do this shit again.
So, and that's the crazy part about it, man, for you to, you know, the song just, it resonates so much, man. That, wow. So that was the night before. This, you know, the interview we did when we was out there. This pretty much was the last interview that I didn't know that'd be the last interview I'd get to do with Bleed, and we had a good time, and we just talked about the verses, and I'm gonna put that out for sure, man. But it's just, man, it was a tough deal because, you know, after the how you do that there in the performance, I get the call that morning. I call you. I remember you was tired, and I was like, man, hey, I'm gonna go to the hospital, and then when I get back, me and you gonna link up. You know, Bleed is at the hospital, and I told you what had happened, and man, from there it just kind of, you know, went downhill, you know, far as I talked with the doctors. I went in the room with him. I sit there and talk, you know, listen to what the doctors had to say. I told him they need to get in contact with his mother. You know, I told her, you know, the doctor, I gave them a failed speech. Man, somebody need to get in touch with his kids, his mom, and you know, just told them whatever they need, we'll do it. Just, you know, whatever we can do to help the family, we'll do it. You know, that's the way I was at with him when I told my wife that in that hospital. You know, I really, that was something. This ain't, you know, OG, believe it or not, I've seen this stuff, man, since I've been interviewing. We've done over 5,000 interviews. I've seen some stuff, man, that I know that God's had me dealing with these people beforehand, you know, and it's just been a tough situation. Every time I see it coming, it's like, oh, here we go again now. You know what I mean? Because over the years as you work, and you know it, you being one that goes to funerals, and, you know, as these guys, we're dealing with an older crowd of dudes, right? But 51 don't seem that old, but you still, man, you've lived a lot longer than a lot of people. These youngsters that Warded 2 Live, who came on my show, he was killed. He was only 21. BFG Strap, 22, killed in South Dallas. I interviewed him. Big D the Mogul, which interviewed you, 39 years old. You know what I mean? He passes away at 39. Beat King, 39. This other guy, Ken Flores, the one before Young Bleeds passing, 28 years old, passed away of a heart attack. Walk Like Jordan passes away from COVID. I've seen these things so many times that it is so important to have the right conversations with these guys in the room when you get them in these rooms, to say the things that's going to be something that they can, leave a legacy for their children, or something that they might say, that can motivate, captivate, help somebody that's in their family that's going through it at this point. I got another one that I did early on, OG, when I first started Boss Talk. I don't even do virtual interviews, and this was one that when I first started, Young Bleed was one of the first guys I interviewed. You know what I mean? Okay. And here it is, and it was a virtual one, and I don't even do virtual. After I did this one, I was like, I'm not going to do virtual no more because of the audio, and I'm very particular about the sound. So here it is.
Featured on this new album, and what date is it coming out?
He said he's not sure.
I don't have a for sure date yet. I'm still in the studio with it, and I'm still juggling in my head. Really, my template is laid out. I'm doing like about 13 songs unless my cup runneth over.
Okay.
But it might be some surprise guests. For the first time, my mama been on me about this for life. Hey, do a record with no cussing. So when I say there is a God, I ain't finna play with him at all. So I'm not cussing for the first time on the record. And I barely do that throughout my history. And I speak Christism in a ghetto gospel kind of way. So I got some ideas, but it's a slight chance that other than the 2 guys that I made the record with, and rest in peace to my man, we really started that one song 2-3 years prior to what's happening now. So this kind of evolved. I had a template of where I wanted to lay out my next 3 to 5 records. But when this pandemic and all that came, that's the spirit shift I had. And I felt like that was the time. So I crafted together 13 solo joints, well, 12 other than the In the Eyes of God that featured those 2 guys. So it's a slight chance it just might be, shout out to my big brother Brad. I hear he getting better on talking about Scarface.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah. I'd heard that too. I'd heard he was getting better. I wanted to let me get all the way into it, man, because I know a lot of people, they know that you.
Brad sent a message to me a long time ago, and we met a couple of times and real fond of each other. But he always told me to do a record with just me by myself and the right production. So I got some nice music this time, and I feel like I done, grew from a boy to a man in that spiritual essence.
Yeah.
And the world needs to hear this, and I toot my own horn. So I'm really on the same me vibe, but with that direction of God and the Christ-like way, you know what I mean?
Wow. So, these are just interviews that we had early on. This was before I had just gotten started. I don't believe at that point I might have had 500 subscribers. Yeah, I might have had 500. I have to go back and look. I believe that interview did about 400 views. I was very excited about it, just that 400 people got to see it. But you can go on my channel and watch Young Bleed's entire interview. That first one I did, I was really kind of insecure about it because of us doing it on a virtual. And that was something I was like, I won't do that no more, because I just want to make sure that the people get a good show. So I felt like that one, with it being virtual like that it just wasn't where I wanted the direction of the show to go. That's just parts of stuff that we've had so many different encounters. OG, here's another one right here where we just did this was one we did about 8 months ago, and just a couple of things. He was definitely a talented young brother he knew where at 51 he knew his spiritualism was like, I just want people to know where I stand in my walk and what I believe in, and just trying to, be an example to his kids. Talking to that young man today, Ty G, man, this guy I was so impressed with the way he was raised, and he, to be a YN, to be my son's age, as they call it, the YN era, he's very poised. You can tell that just watching him, right? He's very into just trying to take care of his kids, trying to do the right thing, and I thought that was commendable, So Young Bleed, man, so what was that? You did something about God, the last project. What was that project called?
That's like 2018.
Yeah, what was it?
There is a God.
There is a God. Okay.
It's a baptism. That's the catechism. I let Billy in his page.
What inspired that? Was that a spiritual moment that you was encountering the way you wanted to come spiritually?
Absolutely that. Due to the COVID time.
Okay.
Big O's that rose before me that was faking the fun. Lo and behold, I come to get it, so I'm taking a chunk.
Hey, yo, what's up with it? This your boy, Young Bleed, and make sure y'all check out my interview on Boss Talk 101 with my brother E. Hold up.
Hey, who that? Say they wanna do that. Run off the wheel and get your ass whipped blue black.
This was real fun, WMOG. I'm gonna miss him.
Really gonna miss him.
I was gonna put that over my head. I didn't
Glad they kept it, 'cause I'm wilder than the mother.
Oh yeah. Say, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was up there, as soon as he come out, I said, yeah, I'm here now.
It's up.
It's on.
It's all the way
That
up.
energy was something totally different.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Stop playing with these boys, man.
Real talk, boss talk, all day, every day, and twice on Sunday, man. We gonna get
Where the bosses talk.
Yes,
man.
Gonna miss him, man. That one there. Like I said, man, these times, man, you gotta respect the time you get on this earth, and really pretty much, do what you got to do in the time that you're given, the time you're allotted. I'll say that. To his family, I just say stay strong, guys. And I'll put a link in the description for Ty G's his whole really just heartfelt speech about his dad. And I think it's like 8 to 9 minutes long. And also I put links in the description for their GoFundMe to pretty much respect the fact of, I spoke on it on the first one, where the funds are going to his mother. If you guys want to help him, because it's not cheap, they got to bring his body back now. This didn't turn into a funeral arrangements, just getting everything together. Whatever you guys can help him with, that'll be great.
You know that the one thing about this whole thing, he was a no-limit soldier. You know
Correct,
what I'm saying?
correct, for sure.
Master P them better know, you do not leave no soldier behind.
Wow.
So I'm depending on the low-limit crew. No, you cannot leave a soldier behind in the time of war. If y'all left, he should come with you.
Wow. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I've definitely been talking to those guys, man, Silk for sure. And he been reaching out, and he been up to the, he went in and checked on the mom. I said, we've been doing that stuff behind the scene, but I agree with you 100%. I know Master P and them, they do definitely know about it. And I know that I feel like they'll get involved for sure. Master P been trying to do the right thing for sure. When it come down to God and just doing what he do, man, I've been looking at his moves too. So definitely, man, all this it's a tough situation for the family. It's a tough break for everybody, man. Guys, still, man, make sure you guys try to do anything. Pray for the family that's left behind, and guys, just guys, keep this family in your prayers, man. I'm gonna get off here because, like I said, as my guy, and we had some great times, man. Definitely, man. Keep all us in your prayers, guys. And we all got to get out of here one day. So make sure you love your loved ones, hug your loved ones a little tighter tonight, and basically show love to your family, man. Because one day they hear, like he said on a clip I put out earlier, and the next day you're gone, man. God is good, man. Boss Talk 101, man. Reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.